Hey folks, welcome back to Failure at Retirement. Today we're just going to give you another just real quick hit, just a little slice of life for old failure. So what we're up to today, landlady at the ranch here wants fire breaks put in every spring. We're pretty late this year, mostly because the crop came off late, and then it always takes a couple weeks to get the hay all stacked up for me and everybody else and get after this little project. Let's give you a quick run around here. It's John Deere 7820. That's the tractor of the day. We're starting off here with a 14-foot AMCO stubble disc. This takes 32-inch blades, or it had 32-inch blades on it when they're new. Front ones wore down to maybe 30 now, something like that maybe. Anyway, just a simple drag disc, 14-foot AMCO. Let's get in the tractor and get to work. All right, friends, so here you have it. Laid down the first pass already. We'll go 2 passes wide here, most likely, with the heavy stubble disc. Get her started. I don't know how well you can see. It's coming out all right. Not too cloddy, really, considering the tool we got. Turn around here. Apologize, the windows are filthy. Try to drive and do this at the same time. Big AMCO, she's not scared to cut. She'll get down there easily 4 inches on this opening pass, and you run her over again, she'll get down another couple 3 inches probably. Depends a little bit on your moisture and whatnot. But she's not scared to cut. So in this part of the country, we don't get a frost. The ground doesn't freeze here. So it's much harder than it would be for you fellas where your ground freezes. It takes more horsepower to pull less tool, typically. Anyway, we're gonna finish up this pass here. We're getting to the corner. Finish up this pass, switch out to the other disc. It's more of it's a little bit lighter, wider. Use it for a finish disc. So we'll get switched out to that, and we'll give you a quick walk around to that while we're doing it. All right. So we've got the discs switched. I'll just give you a quick run through on this. This setup is 21 foot wide. In the back here, we've got a Schmeiser ring roller. Not original. Old failure picked it up on a Craigslist deal. Got it for, well, it was kind of a crime what he paid for it. But excellent rollers, like brand new condition, but back of the frame was kind of screwed up. The guy didn't need a 12-foot roller, already had a couple, but wanted to put these little short pups on it. So reworked the frame, raised it up so it'd work a little better for the pups. Built these, I think these are 5-foot pups that I built from scratch. Anyway, there's 2 of them here. Kind of got the whole setup for kind of a song, honestly, but then had to do a lot of my own fabrication, a lot of work. Up in here, we have a 21-foot caliper. So, a lot of you probably asking, like, why is old failure got drag discs? Like, that went out of style quite some time ago. Well, to be honest, really kind of hits a guy's price point. I grew up with these old caliper drag discs. I still got the 12 footer that I grew up dragging, farming with for my dad. Still got it, still use it from time to time. I've got a 15 footer that I used for a couple years until I found this 21 footer. Pretty good old disc. One of the reasons why failure really don't have wheel discs to speak of is because in his heyday was farming this ranch here and 2 ranches next door. So a guy had 600 acres in his heyday that was all contiguous. Didn't need to move equipment up and down the road at all. So drag disc just worked just fine. And for a guy getting started, trying to break into farming for the first time, cheap is good. And it's always done a good job for me. And now it just more or less just lives on this ranch. Hardly ever move it now that I'm only farming this ranch, really. Anyway, let's get back in the tractor and get back to work. Okay, folks, I'll move you over to a different part of the ranch. We're making the pass with the caliper disc. We're on the second pass around here, and a lot of improvement here from behind the stubble disc. I think I'm probably going to go ahead and give her one more, probably, just to make sure I got it about as smooth as I can get her for the bale wagon. When you stack your own hay, it makes you a little more aware of how you work your ground. Anyway, we're a little bumpy out here, but maybe a little bit more about this tractor. I didn't say too much about it. It's about 175 horse roughly. She's got the IVT transmission, which I really like. Just control your speed however you want it. It idles down when you turn. I don't know, you probably don't look like you could see that. Anyway, we're running along here about 4.8, 4.9 miles an hour. You can set that exactly where you want it. And the engine just runs to the RPM that it needs. It just saves you a lot of fuel. Anyway, here we are along here. I'm gonna give her one more pass, see how it turns out. Just again, because I want these headlands super smooth to run the bale wagon on. It's so dusty back there, I don't think you can hardly see anything anyway. Well, thank you guys for riding along with me today. If you have any questions, be sure and drop a comment. Answer as many of them as I can. And subscribe if you haven't already. I'd hate to see you miss a slice of old Failure's life. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. So just a little bit more here. You can see, like, we really got her beat down pretty good. So where we're at here, since this is a no-till situation, and we're just really all we're doing here is a fire break. Protect the barns from fire should it come off the railroad or the highway. So really, like, we're ready to plant here. I mean, we're months and months away, but this is about all a guy does. Sometimes he'll come back in the fall and rework these fire breaks real quick if we got a bunch of wheel tracks in them or something like that. PG&E has a habit of coming out here and looking at their gas line and just driving all over everything. So if these fire breaks get all cut up with pickup tracks, we'll go ahead and maybe disc them one more time. Or if sometimes they just come out a little too rough and it's just too dry to get them really nice, so sometimes we'll just come back with a little fall moisture and just freshen them up. And again, a lot of that's just to make it easier on the bale wagon when we stack hay. But as far as the rest of the field over here, like, that's how she is. We'll apply the seed onto it just like that. So simplifies a guy's life. You don't have to spend days on end out here tilling this. So there it is. That's the beauty of the no-till situation. Just do these fire breaks for the landlady, and we're good to go already. Thanks for watching.